The rain poured relentlessly over the city, masking the silent footsteps of a woman who had waited years for this night. Elena Carter wasn't the same girl she had once been, naive, trusting, blinded by love. That girl had died the day Michael Hale betrayed her. Michael, her business partner and fiancé, had stolen everything. Her designs, her company, and her reputation. He spread rumors that she was unstable, forcing her into silence. The world praised him as a genius, while Elena disappeared into the shadows, humiliated and ruined. But shadows can teach you patience. They can turn grief into fire. For 5 long years, Elena planned. She watched Michael rise higher, adored by investors, his empire expanding. And each success was another stroke of poison in her veins. She vowed not just to defeat him, but to unmake him. Tonight, her moment arrived. Michael's gala was the kind of spectacle he lived for. Champagne fountains, glittering, chandeliers, and walls echoing with praise for his visionary leadership. Investors from all over the world filled the ballroom, eager to throw more money at him. And amidst them walked Elena, her identity hidden behind a sharp black dress, red lips, and a new name, Evelyn Cross. He didn't recognize her at first. Why would he? To him, Elena Carter was a ghost, long buried under his lies. But when their eyes finally met across the room, she saw a flicker of recognition, a shadow of the past clawing at the back of his mind. His smile faltered. "Do I know you?" he asked when she approached, his voice dripping with charm, but edged with unease. "You will," Elena replied softly, her smile cold. Her revenge wasn't just about confrontation, it was a chess game, and she had already moved her pieces. Behind the scenes, Elena had infiltrated his company months earlier under her new identity. She had built alliances with his overlooked employees, the ones he underpaid and ignored. She had uncovered forged documents, hidden debts, and a secret account where he siphoned millions. And tonight, every truth was timed to explode. As Michael lifted his glass to toast his empire, the giant screens behind him flickered. Instead of his promotional video, Elena's carefully crafted presentation appeared. Leaked emails, financial fraud, offshore accounts. Gasps filled the room, then murmurs of disbelief. Michael's confident grin shattered. "What is this?" he snapped, panic clawing his voice. "This," Elena's voice rang out across the hall as she stepped onto the stage as the real Michael Hale. The crowd turned toward her, whispers spreading like wildfire. The investors who had worshipped him now saw the cracks in his mask. And Elena, standing tall under the spotlight, felt the weight of years finally lifting. Michael's world collapsed in minutes. Security froze, investors walked out, phones buzzed, with headlines already spreading online. Hale Empire exposed in fraud scandal. He lunged toward Elena, fury twisting his features. What have you done?" Elena leaned close enough that only he could hear. "Checkmate, Michael. This is for every piece of my life you stole." His face drained of color. For the first time, the mighty Michael Hale looked small, cornered, defeated. The next morning, news channels replayed the footage endlessly. Michael's empire crumbled overnight. Investigations, lawsuits, arrests. He became a symbol of greed and betrayal, despised by the very world that once adored him. And Elena, she didn't bask in glory. She walked away. No interviews, no credit. She vanished again, but this time by choice. Because revenge wasn't about the world knowing what she'd done. It was about Michael knowing who had destroyed him, and realizing too late that the woman he had underestimated had been The one to end his kingdom. Weeks later, sitting in a quiet cafe far from the chaos, Elena sipped her coffee and watched strangers pass by. She felt no guilt, no regret, only peace. Revenge hadn't given her back the years she lost, nor the innocence Michael had stolen, but it had given her closure. A final move in the game that he thought he controlled. And somewhere in a prison cell, Michael Hale finally understood. Elena Carter had never been his victim. She had always been his opponent. And in the end, she had claimed the final checkmate.